On today's video, 860 is in KVK, and while I haven't covered the pre-KVK or any of the matching or any of the good stuff, this video is all about that. Catching you up on the 860 KVK, what's going on, who's allied with who, what's the account looking like, what the plan is. We are going to craft, we're going to expertise commanders, we're going to do final preparations, and we're going to duke it out because we have major war coming in. So sit back, slap a like on the video, and let's go. Hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to Gekko Gaming. We are in KVK. That's right. For the past few, days, we've gone through the pre-KVK, and now we are in KVK. We've been here for a few days now. I just haven't had an opportunity to cover 860 just yet, as war was going on in 401. We streamed a little bit of that. We fought a lot in there. There's a lot to talk about that KVK as well, but because them two being so close to each other, it's kind of going to take a little bit of catching up. Tomorrow, we'll talk about 401, what's going on there, how things are evolving, what they're doing. Kingsland opens up there as well. So lots of KVK going on. But now we focus on 860. First and foremost, I will be playing in 860 and DSA's team for Osiris League and in LIIG in 401. Both of them play in different times, so that works out extremely well. But when it comes to 860, the way the KVK worked out is as followed. Essentially, these three camps against the rest. We're talking 860, 912, 657, and the folks of 228 against what would be 8 kingdoms. There's 6 in here, 1 and 2. 2 Imperiums overall, the other Imperium being on the other side, and very active non-Imperium kingdoms. These guys are not a joke. This is not your 8 mega whale kingdom versus kingdom situation type of thing, but it's a 4v8, which is going to turn very nasty very quickly. We have first engagements already with 2 kingdoms in the first stage. Well, hopefully they'll show up to play. These guys can definitely go defend and come in the next stages together, and that could be a huge problem. But in general, we can definitely end up not fighting at all this zone, or face 2 kingdoms off the rip. When it comes to our account, the jumper account, we are picking up every single Conqueror's Will along the way. And while I am behind on my researching, because I have been all over 401 just fighting until the very end, we have picked up every single Conqueror's Will since the event began. We're going to do it until the first zones, pick up Mountain Warfare, get all of our tech up and away, and then get into it. This account, unfortunately, did not get granted a Pakal unlock, which was really unfortunate because I was really looking forward to Pakal heralding in this KVK. However, there were a lot of requests, a lot of people that have been here, that have fought KVKs here, that have earned the right to get commanders over myself that just migrated here. And so, yeah, we are going to play with what we got. What we got is a decent setup situation going on with quite a good set of pairings of commanders. But we have about 800 sculptures that we need to do something with. And so we are going to expertise at least 1 commander before the fights begin and change our setup entirely. But what isn't going to change is our main marches, which are going to be our favorite Atel Takeda. We have Guan Alex. We have Charles Martel and Harold. And then this march is going to get a little bit of a makeover, and we're going to actually have a 5th march on the field this KVK. When it comes to resources, we're in a decent-ish shape. There is plenty more to go through if we need to. But for now, this is what we got to play with. We'll see how far we can get with that. We are gunning, of course, for the 30 million kills, as always. And we also have the potential bet with Bye Bye Buys. If you don't know, Bye Bye Buys is another content creator in Rise of Kingdoms, and he challenged me, essentially, to get 2 times the amounts of KP that I am gonna get. I guess, okay. The bet is maybe on. I'm not so sure just yet. There's a few developments happening in the kingdom, which I am not, I'm really not going to get into them, but the bottom line in all of this scenario is that the development is that essentially Bye said that if he loses, he's going to migrate out. And the whole point of that bet was he kind of talked smack that he's going to do 2 times as me easy. So I was like, you know what, let's make a fun little rivalry in the kingdom and challenge you that if you lose your DN1 spot. Essentially, he is in the top alliance in this kingdom, and as a response, he told me that if he wins, I need to sing like a Backstreet Boys song on stream, which I guess. And the whole point again was just to create like a fun little rivalry between the two of us, just to have something that the two of us can do maybe together during KVK, create potentially content together and stuff like that. But when he took it to migrating out stuff type of thing, I'm like, listen, at this point, I pump the brakes. I wasn't even going to say this, but I was not planning on taking his DN1 spot either way. A few people in our kingdom have heard this already a long time ago, that the main reason I told him I want his spot is just to have like a fun little challenge. He's a free-to-play player. I'm a spender. As much as I would love to be in DN1 and get all that gold rain, I would not want to ruin his gaming experience by him not being able to get those chests and being a free-to-play or low spender while I spend a decent amount of money in the game. So I wasn't going to take his spot in DN1. And once it became about migrating or not migrating, I kind of lost interest in wanting to do this. We'll see if we still end up duking it out just for the fun. But as far as I'm concerned, I bail out of the challenge. I really don't want to be... The bottom line is, I honestly don't want to be the guy that everybody's going to come to and be like, oh, you got that guy who was a free-to-play player in a top-tier alliance getting tons of gold chests. You are the reason he migrated. You're the reason he's having worst experience in the game. So, bet is off. But this account is still going to go wild. Our goal is to double our KP. It is potentially doable. We would have definitely gotten it done with Pakal Herald, but with our commanders, it is still doable. We're just going to need to be smart about our fighting. And as server reset hits, it is time to get going, get this account set up and ready to rock and roll. We have equipment to craft. We have a plan, a very good, solid plan for equipment crafting. We have a whopping amount of materials available and blueprints out the wazoo. Our plan will be to improve quite drastically the Atel Takeda set. Also start preparing a little bit further the infantry set for the future Pakal to come. And yeah, just close in a little bit of the gaps in this account that it still doesn't have that much equipment set up and ready to rock and roll to be at a place where we start special talenting and ultimately reaching the goal, the top tier goal that we want to reach. At this point, we're just making sure this account is set up, trying to make it to that VIP 17 so we can potentially get back to rallying, get back to doing all these things. 860 KVK is going to be a lot of fun. We will obviously stream it live when it comes, and I believe our first confrontation is coming in very soon. It's within 4.5 days, give or take. So it's going to be on a Wednesday or on a Thursday, potentially. Going to be a fun time to fight it out with the folks of 860 for the first time. I'm really looking forward for it. We have everything ready to rock and roll. On Wednesday, we'll do, of course, a crafting stream where we hope and pray to crit a couple things. We'll get our tech done. We'll get our setup. We'll get our resources, and we're ready to rock and roll. So I hope you guys join me in this journey with 860. For now, I'm Gekko. I'm out of here. Appreciate you. Drop a like on this video. Hit that subscribe down below. Tomorrow, we talk about 401 versus 412, what happened, what went on, and all that good stuff. Where we are at in that KVK, because things got nuts. If you watched my last stream, we literally picked up like 14 million kills in 6 hours, which for me seems like a mind-blowing thing. I'm going to show you a bunch of different things we've learned. We have some garrison tips. We have some rallying tips and everything along the way coming from the 401 war and also this at the same time. Take care. Have a good one. Peace.